Alright, I'm just going to shoot another quick video. I made another modification to the Rad Runner 2. I changed out the seat. As you can see there, I used to have the passenger package seat sitting up front. I'd slid it all the way forward because I found the other one that goes into the slot, or not the slot, but this holder. That seat was too hard, so I got rid of that and I put the passenger package on there. And that's also too hard, and it makes it difficult to pedal. It's better than the seat that goes there originally, but it's still really, really hard. It's over here, and this seat is fairly hard. And you get sore really quick, I find, riding. After about 15 minutes, you're already feeling the discomfort. So I had this seat sitting around, and I've had this seat for a few years now. So I figured, why not try to modify it and see if I can get it to work on the bike. So all I've done is, and I might be able to show you after, because I do have to remove it and center it a little bit better. It's not exactly where it should be. Sitting a little bit far to the right. You can see by the name down there. It needs to go a little bit more to the right. It's too far to the left. But anyway, this seat's a lot better though. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot more comfortable. And you can pedal the bike again because of the shape. Whereas with the passenger seat, it's so rectangular that when you try to pedal, it's actually pretty uncomfortable. So these are all the parts that come off that seat that's on there now. Kind of the bracket and suspension pieces. And I had to cut these pieces off the seat in order to make it work, because the frame on the Rad Runner kind of gets in the way. So I had to cut that off. But after I get the seat off, I'll be able to show you the part I cut off and where it came from. And this actually works a lot better, so far, that's the seat modification. So I got the seat off the bike now. So all I did was, before, there's only 3 screws you got to take off. There's one here, one down here. So I took those off because I did try to fit it before taking any of this stuff off, but it just doesn't work. That bracket gets in the way. So when I remove that, that's out of the way. Then I tried to test fit it again, and it still wouldn't fit because it had these pieces in place. It had this little standoff on top of it. So what I had to do is come back and saw both those pieces off. I tried sawing off just the top part there, got rid of that, test fitted it again. It's a little standoff piece. And then it still didn't fit. It kept sliding from one side to the other on the rails on the bike. So then I came in with this saw again. I sawed off this piece here and removed that completely. Now the seat on the bottom is basically, it's completely flush for the most part. Could maybe grind off these a little bit more or something, but it's not actually in the way. So what I got to do now is I got to run zip ties, because I'm trying to avoid drilling any holes in the bike. Same thing with the basket that I put on the back. All I did there was zip tie it down, and it works really well. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. As you seen like earlier, I had it on the bike and it does work. I just put it on there quickly to see if it'd move around much or if there's much squeaking. But there isn't, so I gotta run a few zip ties before I put it on the bike, because I can't do it when it's sitting on there. It's too hard to get your hand in some places and get the zip ties connected. So I'm just gonna run them through now, get it all prepped, and then I'll try fitting it back onto the bike and having it more centered so it sits a little bit better. All right, I got all the zip ties in place, prepped and ready to go. Only using 5. Might have to add one more up here because it might not reach to where I wanted to. And these are just the cheap zip ties that I bought at the big box store. So if you're attempting anything like this, maybe you want to get the other ones, the heavy duty ones if you want. But I've used these to test it and they all work fine. And these are the ones that are holding my basket in place on the bike as well. And there's been no issues with those whatsoever. So I'm just sticking with these for now. So I'm gonna take it outside and start getting it put in place. Probably won't record it. There's not much to show, and it's going to be really hard angles to show anyway. So maybe after I have it in place, I'll take the phone and zoom in and show you how everything's tied up. All right. Okay, I just got back from a bike ride. I had to take it out and test out the seat and see how it worked. And it worked out pretty well. It doesn't move at all. And it's a lot more comfortable than the other seat. I can ride a lot longer without being in pain from the other seat. So it was well worth using it for that. I wasn't using it for anything else, so it's a good fit for it. I think it kind of goes with the bike anyway. It's almost like it's meant to be there. So if you're having seat issues, if you got a Rad Runner and you're having seat issues, that might be an option you might think about. Have 1,300 kilometers on it. 1,350. Most of it was with the other seat. With this seat, I probably only got about 20 kilometers on it with this seat on. And just held on with zip ties. There's a little bit of movement from side to side, but you don't notice it at all when you're riding, and it barely moves. It's a very small amount. But yeah, it's a perfect night for a ride. Really nice night. So anyway, there's the Rad Runner 2 seat upgrade, modification, whatever you want to call it. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.